Woke-ism has to die in 2026. Over the last decade, the left has failed at a great many things, alienated many moderate people, myself included, but it's the term woke that really should haunt them. And I don't think the left quite understand what they're being called when they're branded woke. They're being called naive, incompetent, and frankly out of touch. You know how far left tax policy gets called the politics of envy? Well, I call woke policies the politics of empathy, and weaponised empathy at that. I did a video recently likening the rise of reform to the National Socialist Party in Germany, because the historic comparison is there. Seriously, the similarities are striking. And I ended up having a debate with a guy who messaged me directly. And obviously we were both fairly aggressive towards each other. And he was in favour of mass deportation of migrants. I, shockingly, was not. He was mainly concerned with demographic changes, of not wanting the Britain that he grew up in to change. Whereas I, as a white middle-class bloke, argued that his point of view was racist and bordering on fascism. But he wasn't racist. What he kept saying over and over again was he didn't want to feel like he was being replaced in his own country, whether that be ethnically or culturally. And I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days, and I've got to tell you, I think he's entitled to his opinion. Because my morality comes from a place of middle-class privilege, a university education, and working in a liberal profession. Having gay parents and 2 mixed-race godchildren does also help. But people feel like they are being replaced, that their culture and everyday lives are under threat, from a liberal elite who care more about perception than they do the reality of a situation. And for 20 years, liberal policies have made it far worse for the working classes in the UK. Jobs being undercut by foreign workers. Globalisation allowing foreign companies to buy up the country's infrastructure. And housing, and make obscene profits. And DEI also gets wrapped up in all this. And it's something that pisses me off so much, because it's actively causing more hatred and prejudice. Over my lifetime, minorities have slowly been working their way to the top of organisations. And they weren't doing it through quotas, they were doing it based on merit. And that matters to the British public. It gives the impression of fairness. And while you give with one hand, you're taking away with another. And you're punishing people for either being born white or a man. And so now they have a reason to not like minorities in a position of power. And as someone who's surrounded by ultra-competent minorities, DEI can fuck off. You've pushed society back another 30 years with this crap. And the Guardian reading left need to wake up to the fact that their opinions are formed in a privileged bubble. Otherwise the country's had it. The left will be finished. And the backlash is coming. It's called Reform UK.